In this video, we will focus on framing, but before we get started, I do want to turn off our site information just so you can have a better view of what's going on. Okay, perfect. I will turn that back on later. Now, as we go, I am going to use these templates so you can visualize the goal. And we finished the foundation yesterday, so we will start now with the floor framing. We will use 2x8 framing lumber for this, starting with one for the sill, which serves as the base for this framing system. And to attach it to the foundation, we can use these anchor bolts here. Okay, great. Now, another 2x8 is used as a joist header on top of the sill, and we need to securely nail those together. So let's grab a big bucket of nails and set that here because we'll be using those a lot. Okay, nail these together and grab another 2x8 for the second sill plate. So now that we have our outside edge of the floor frame, the position of each floor joist can be penciled in, spaced at 16 inches apart. So we can use our ruler for that, marking every 16 inches and then nailing each joist perpendicular to the sill. And just note, the size and spacing of all framing lumber is specified by the architect in the plans. Alrighty, time for the subfloor. We will use plywood for this. It's our first material used to cover a floor frame, and it goes right here. Now, before moving on to the walls, we can just repeat our floor framing process quickly a couple times to increase our square footage. So for this, we've recruited some helpers because when working smoothly together, multiple carpenters can help increase the output of work to efficiently get the job done. And that looks good for now, so let's move on to the walls. A stud wall uses 2x4s, first for the upper and lower horizontal pieces called top and bottom plates. And the placement of vertical studs needs to be penciled in on the plates at 16 inches on center to ensure that the wall supports weight uniformly across the entire length. Okay, and then the studs are nailed to the plates like so. Whoopsie. Oh, okay, there we go. This wall is complete, so the process can now be repeated a couple times. So we'll bring out our helpers again. Here they are. Okay, perfect. And now we will go on to the roof. Rafters frame and support the roof. We will use 2x6 framing lumber, and we'll start with the bottom beams here and then the ridge here. But until enough rafters are installed to support it, temporary braces will hold it up, so those can go here and here. Now the rafters can be nailed down like so, and there are different types of rafters and different style roofs. We're working with a hip roof right now, which besides common rafters also has hip rafters that run down to the corner. And these get a special cut, so we can go ahead and cut here. And also, an angled beveled cut is made on what is called a hip jack rafter, which is installed on the side of a hip rafter. Okay, this roof is finished, so now we'll quickly frame one more, this time a gambrel roof. It similarly has a ridge and common rafters, but it's notable for having two slopes, a shallow angle positioned above a steeper slope. That is it for the roofing, so the house's frame is now complete. But before we continue our construction in the next video, I just want to point out how the roof interacts with the sun. So let's go ahead and turn our site information back on. There we go. So now you can see here the long rafter overhangs will shade the space below in the summer, while also letting sun shine through in the winter when the afternoon sun is lower in the sky. So that's pretty neat. Okay, that's it for framing. I will see you in the next video.